Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome all of you back to another Christian article. Where just gotta lower my chair a bit because I hope you guys have sort of like liked the new arrangement I've got set up. What's new about it, you may ask? The camera is at slightly a different angle because the monitor is a little bit at an angle right now, and as far as I can tell, I need to put the light on. There we go. So, that made literally almost no difference whatsoever. Speaking of stuff that makes no difference whatsoever, is Chris's very, very childish reception towards the Xbox, or as he likes to call it, him, literally nobody else, the HexBox. So, let us begin. Tax dollars at work. Oh boy. HexBox 360. HexBox, also spelled Hexbox. Yes, thank you for telling me how to spell HexBox. Is a cwcism for Microsoft's Xbox series of video game consoles, probably in reference to hex being a word for curse. There are currently 4 generations of Xbox game consoles, 3 of which Chris has owned games for at one point. Whether or not you could say he owned games or whether or not he owned any consoles, I'll just leave up to you to decide. Chris has stated that if his video game Christian Western Channel's Adult Chronicles ever gets made, it never will, he wants it to become a multi-console title on everywhere but the Xbox, with its later acquisition of an Xbox One. However, it remains to be seen whether he has relaxed his position on the Adult Chronicles being released on it, if at all. And you can see here what's supposed to be a picture of Lee Holly, aka Clyde Cash, with the Xbox controller, the 360, and also a picture Chris uploaded to the Quickie for some reason. It turned out to be an odd case of foreshadowing on his later obsession with Hyperdimension Neptunia. Yes, this is meant to be a what they call a pachinga version of an Xbox. For those who don't know, I think it's like called pachinga. It's basically where you take an inanimate object and turn it into an anime waifu. Although this technically, there technically is a waifu for the Xbox. It's sort of for the Hyperdimension Neptunia. I'll actually pull up let me just see here. Unless, of course, I can like make this any bigger. For some reason, I can't really make it bigger. But anyway, she looks something like this. Which, to be fair now, if Chris actually had any sort of like inkling as to what an imagination of an Xbox would look like, I'm pretty sure Chris would have stopped caring for the Hexbox and calling it for something so stupid a very long time ago. C represents Microsoft Xbox home consoles, referenced through her appearance in both forms, her processor units, and some of her dialogue. Okay, so there you go. It's a shame as well because I like those games. Even though I haven't played them for nearly a year and a half, I could still list off quite a number of them. It's just how it is. Early days. Some early signs of hate can be seen in the Animal Crossing documentary, in which she makes the following remark. Xbox and PlayStation 2, my opinion, is the same as yours. They both stink. What a horrible, horrible generalization right there. And besides, isn't the Animal Crossing supposed to be the very first Let's Play in history? I could barely get a Let's Play myself together, but let alone how Chris managed to work it out. I guess I'll give Chris that much. Chris, presuming his audience shares his perverted sense of brand loyalty. And you can see here, transcription as it appears in the second Gino Samuel video. Xbox and PlayStation 2, my opinion, is the same as yours. They both stink. I've never actually played the original Xbox myself. I do, however, have owned the same PlayStation 2 for nearly 16 years at this point. It's as sweet as a nut and has never once let me down. I don't even know how you can even begin to think about calling the PlayStation 2 a stinker. It's literally one of the best consoles ever made. No modding. He then makes another remark, stating the fact that he didn't own either console. Notably, Chris's vitriol also extended to PlayStation, since he was still purely a Nintendo fanboy at the time. Chris tried to sell the Xbox games Call of Duty 2, Big Red One, The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, Driver 3, and Celebrity Deathmatch on eBay, which makes it possible that Chris once owned an original Xbox, though he has been known to buy games at thrift stores and sell them for a profit. Let's hope not too much of a profit. The Hatred. Trophy unlocked. Killed the HexBox. Now play your PlayStation 3 or Nintendo Wii in peace. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. In the 2nd of January 2009 IRC chat, Chris expands upon his HexBox hatred. Why the Xbox 360 has a lot of games that are on the PS3 too. Because the Live is costly. It's only $50 a year. That's very cheap compared to the PS3. And I'm already a subscriber between PS3 and Nintendo, which are free. PSN is free, Nintendo Wi-Fi is free. Skadoosh. Well, at one point the PlayStation 3 network was free. It's not free for like the 4 and 5, I believe. And I have to pay something like about free. I mean, I'll just give you an example. Something quite interesting is that my Nintendo Switch, you have to pay something like about... What I do is that I started using the 7-day free trial because I only got this yesterday. And I pay something like about $3.50 a month, I believe it is, just to use the online features and all that. I've no idea because I was at one point considering getting Pokemon either Sword or... Oh, chosen artist for you. Okay, that's quite nice. At one point I was maybe considering getting Pokemon Sword or maybe Pokemon Shield. And there was something about an expansion pack, which I don't really know what an expansion pack really is. I'm not that big of games. I like more casual stuff, but hey, with the remakes of Gen 4 coming out later in the year, then maybe that might change again. While making sweet love to his one and only sweetheart, Chris tried to tell us how he really feels about the HexBox. I love PlayStation, kill the Xbox. New reason why they call it the motherfucking 360. You look as it makes you turn around, makes you do that makes no sense, and walk away. Very appropriately called is a damn 120, 130, whatever the half of 160 is. He does... Wow, he said he did honor roll in high school and he doesn't know what half of 360 is. I take it back about trying, what I said about him being clever enough to work out how to do a Let's Play, because that's just... Damn. I love PlayStation. Sony reigns. Sony will reign in the console wars. No matter who argues. Fuck the 350, 360 fanatics. Fuck them all to hell. Shot to hell. Damn them all. What the fuck? They're all motherfucking idiots. What the fuck? Damn. You see, this is why, in a more serious tone, Chris's childishness, his vindictiveness over something so unbelievably meaningless is both interesting and absolutely appalling. Because what exactly have you got to say to something like that? That's just... What the hell? He was asked about this in his mailbag, and he answered pretty much the same as all the other responses. I never cared for the HexBox, and frankly, it lacks heavily in comparison to the Wii and PS3. Plus, you have to pay their fees to even go online or download demos with it. The Wii and PlayStation networks are free, only costing if you buy the downloadable games. When Microsoft finally get the costly detail long gone, I may reconsider, but in the meantime, I reset my case. Chris being completely irrational, Chris. I mean, his complaints only go as so far as, the price of things. But then again, considering how much Chris wastes on things on absolutely nothing, Chris will probably buy the Air if somebody told him that it cost him a monthly fee, or probably just stop breathing altogether. So call that what you will. If he's never actually played it, then how on earth can he prove that anyway? Actually, Xbox Live has two kinds of accounts. Free accounts, formerly Silver, can access a large part of Xbox Live free features, such as friends lists, messaging, achievements, and the content marketplace. Gold accounts, paid price around $60 a year, can play multiplayer games, use certain premium features such as Netflix before June 4th, 2014, after which it was available for all free accounts, and get weekly discounts in addition to early access to certain downloadable games and demos. Free accounts eventually get access to this content as well, though I'd say that's a pretty good bargain for what you get. Considering $60 is around the price of a single game, well, back then and a little bit right now, while factoring in Chris's monthly allowance and his habit of purchasing video games and paraphernalia on a whim while incurring thousands of dollars in debt, the price would hardly be a problem for him. It is safe to say Chris's opposition to Xbox Live stems purely from his console war mindset. While PlayStation Network still lets users play multiplayer games for free, a premium core version called PlayStation Plus was introduced in June 2010. In order to prove how strongly it despises HexBox Live Gold, Chris was spotted in April 2011 using the Plus services. However, the PlayStation 4, the console Chris shelled out money for, requires mandatory PlayStation Plus to play online, which is at least $60 for 12 months. Despite being the same price as Xbox Live hasn't had as many online shutdowns as PlayStation Plus and has better security. It's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing the PlayStation Plus for a while. Also, just because I kind of had things to do and all that, like jobs and university and things that are a little bit more important in life, from my perspective anyway. In the comics, the HexBox 360 is featured during the elevator gag portion of Sonichu issue 8. Sonichu and Rosechu are greeted by a depiction of an axe cutting through the console as they travel past the 70th floor on the ForceandGarbage.com building. The 71st floor displays a PlayStation Trophy award for killing the HexBox. Christian took care to draw a damn red ring around the HexBox power button. Jason controlling his evil empire from the luxurious comfort of his HexBox. Don't be nervous talking to girls too. Two Girls, an indie release that, according to Sonichu issue 10, Chris thinks is the only worthwhile game on the platform. Feel free to draw all the conclusions from this that you logically can. Leave now before I call the police. Oh dear. In Sonichu issue 10, Jason Kendrick Howe is shown surveying his evil realm using an Xbox 360 and a pirated copy of Little Big Planet. Later, Chris portrays Alec Benson Leary as the owner of a Xbox 360, though as an actual computer hard drive. Chris, as Colossal Chan, enters it, deletes everything about the Astropedia, then destroys the Xbox. In Sonichu issue 12, a fully found myself Xbox trophy is depicted for Retnark, whereas Comic Chris's achievement is depicted with a PS4 trophy. Chris also has no idea what a real Xbox 360 is supposed to look like. Most notably, he thinks the console is smaller than a Wii, it isn't, and with the power button on the top end of the console rather than the bottom end. Incidentally, Wii also has a power button on top and eject button at the bottom, exactly the opposite of an Xbox 360. He also appears to think that an Xbox 360 has 4 unprotected USB sockets directly under the disc tray, like those in the PS3. As his portrayal of Alec's console shows, a real 360 console has 2 memory card slots at the location, and the USB sockets are located next to the power button. Yeah, I don't even own a 360, but I can tell you this is not what the layout is. Yeah, kill that Xbox. Spill his blood. Okay. However, the new model 360s don't have memory card slots, but do have 2 USB slots behind a door near the power button. Microsoft itself is not addressed in the comics either directly or via pseudonym. Change of heart? Question mark. In a video uploaded in September 2010, Chris backpedals on his blatant fanboyism and decides that the Xbox 360 has merits after all. More light was shed with the leaking of an email to Jackie. About the Xbox thing, I realized after a revelation that I did not really hate the console originally. As a matter of fact, I've played a store demo kiosk of the 360 twice ever. I felt the anger against it originally because of how much it cost way back when it was the original Xbox, before the 360, and that I could not afford either one. It all comes down to money and absolutely nothing else, just because he could not get something. I felt more of jealousy of everyone else who was able to afford the high prices of the consoles, and the Xbox Live stuff as well, and throughout the time, after learning of its flaws it had, such as the Red Ring of Death, being supportive of the lost format of HD/DVD versus Blu-ray, and others. I used them as my excuses, which in arguments left me with no leg to stand on. You got that right. So I withdraw my past angst against the console. I'm still not going to buy one right away though, I'll try it more. Right, where was I? I'm still not going to buy one right away though. I'll try it more. I mean, if I somehow get a hold of a 360 inexpensively or free, or somebody just gives one to him, or if I tried a non-demo console at someone else's place. The idea of Chris just waltzing into someone else's place is just... Nope, he still hates it. Okay, never mind. On the weekend of the 7th of September 2013, Chris was banned from the Ruckersville Walmart after he vandalized an Xbox One kiosk with a felt tip marker to read HexBox 1. Not only does this contradict his so-called change of heart for the console, but also adds to his ever-growing list of lies as well. He tried writing to the manager an apology letter to get his ban lifted. I would have loved to have seen that, because Chris's idea of an apology means either saying sorry in the most Is there any way I can enlarge this camera? One second. Capture. Right, okay, exposure works. Oh, forget it. Okay, forget it. It's just, I look way too small in this picture. That's kind of why. Okay, well, I gave it a try. On his Facebook page, Chris posted that the last name of the manager was Utz. He also went as far as to actually post this on a human rights campaign page, before somebody probably told Chris to get lost, and claimed he had been discriminated against for being autistic and a lesbian, even though it's pretty clear that the moral of the story is to not vandalize shit. He asked the community to demand Walmart to unban him, even posting its address and phone number under the pretense people would actually follow through with his orders. Nobody did. Remember when he tried to get himself unbanned from the game place, and what happened then? And liked his own post. He did at least admit that what he did was wrong, so maybe there's some silver lining. Chris posted this on the 4th of September 2014 at around 7:30 p.m. All we need now is the sad violin music in the background. I'll tell you what. Where's my... I'll put some myself. But I need to... in order to do this, I need to put my headphones in. Because because it's actually going to be a little bit easy to actually use my headphones recording, because I've got the machine down here. Right, I'll do this in a separate thing. Let's read this with the sad violin music. Hold on. April of 2013, from moments of feeling loneliness and anger of the trolls and bullies who have been pestering me since 2007, and their love of the Xbox consoles, under an honest impulse, I had defaced an Xbox One standee display at a Walmart in Ruckersville by adding an H next to the logo next to the Xbox One to spell out HexBox. Miss Manager Utz banned me from the Walmarts of Ruckersville and Charlottesville afterwards. Over a whole year has passed. I understood what I had done was wrong. I have matured, and I have my sweetheart. I require being unbanned from there, so our shipping outings are not limited by one important store. I hand-wrote an apology letter to Miss Utz. She had not responded. I finally got through to her, and finally called me back. She is not lifting the ban against me. At this point, Miss Katie Utz is discriminating and hating against not only an autistic person, but a lesbian trapped in a male body and a transgender. Wait, a transgender? You mean there's two people inside you, Chris? Now I come to the Human Rights Campaign and my fellow members of the LGBT community to help me get me unbanned from the Walmarts for this atrocity of a misdeed. Yeah, the thing that you caused, Chris. The thing that you caused over nobody's provocation whatsoever. And the fact that you still are blaming other people for what you did. Who amongst here will take a stand with me in the name of autism and the LGBT? I won't, and if I was gay, absolutely no way. In lack of an email address of hers, I encourage those who would like to stand with me to go into the Walmart of Ruckersville, Virginia, and demand that Christian Weston Chandler be unbanned from the Walmarts on the grounds of said discrimination. Thank you for your time and your help. Take it from me, Chris. I don't particularly think you're going to be getting much help. He likes it for real now. In November 2017, Chris revealed his gamertag, QuickSonichu1982, has a gold membership along with several Sonic games. Based on his gaming list, including Rare Replay, he purchased on Xbox One instead of a 360. Since Rare Replay is a One exclusive, as of now it is unknown if he purchased an Xbox One X or an Xbox One S, or just a regular Xbox One. His gamer score is currently 680 with 15 games played and 1 completed. Chris's Xbox avatar with his hair still looking like seaweed. Xbox One $400, Xbox Live Gold $60, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 $5. Anyway, total $549.93. Considering how much he wastes away and begs for money on the internet, I think it's all fair to say that this never meant anything good. So that's apparently one of the stresses of Chris's life, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen. A frigging game console. It's insane. But then again, we sort of knew that from the moment we got started. So there is that. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you've learned anything new about this, or of how incredibly petty somebody really has to be to vandalize something just so they can get themselves banned and then not learn from this mistake ever. And I will hope to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.